Welcome to my channel. My name's Jared. In this video I'm going to be introducing you to the latest project for the channel. From here on out, the videos for this project will be the silent build videos, and then of course I will still do the Sunday update videos on all the projects. But as an introduction video, I decided to go ahead and walk you through this one by speaking it out. So what we have here is a 1965 Porsche 356C. This is the last year they made the 356. It may or may not be an SC. I've still got to determine that. But the SC basically had the 912 engine in it because by this time they're already making the 912. As you can see, it has some damage. Quite a bit of damage, actually. And when you first look at it, and when you saw the thumbnail, you probably thought the same thing I thought when I first saw it, which is that this thing's too far gone. I definitely don't want to deal with that. But the more you look at the car, the more you realize it's actually in pretty good shape. So the paint is almost entirely original paint, which means that there's not hidden Bondo and rust in areas that we can't see. I'll put some photos in this video of the underside of the car. I can try to show you now, but it's pretty hard to see with it on the ground. But basically, the underside of the car is in extremely good condition. So normally, I've been looking for a 356 for a very long time, probably 12, maybe 15 years. And they've always been out of my price range. Even a lot of the really rusty ones were just too expensive. And then this one finally popped up a few days ago. The more I looked at it, the more I thought this could be a good project, and ultimately ended up getting it. But so like I was saying, typically when you find these cars for sale, especially the cheaper ones, they look decent on the top, and then when you look underneath, they're just all rusted out. And then when you look closer, you see those waves in the body. So they've been repainted multiple times. They have all kinds of hidden damage under the paint. So a lot of those cars are actually worse, in my opinion, than this one, even though this car looks awful in its current state. But so like I said, the underside is actually in really good condition. The paint's original, so I'm not expecting a lot of surprises. I'm expecting that what I see here is what I get. Now that said, there are other issues. I'll show you the engine bay here. It's not a numbers matching car. It doesn't have the original engine. This is actually a 912 engine. It is a 1965 912 engine, so it's actually the correct year for this car. But it's a 912 engine, not a 356. And the main difference on that is just this front piece or rear piece. This third piece is a little bit different because of the way that it mounts into the 912. But horsepower-wise, this engine is actually perfect for this car if it is an SC, which hopefully it is. But so the engine obviously is missing parts. I actually have a lot of the parts that the engine's missing from my previous 912 projects. It's also missing some brake components, I believe, and I have some of those. The seats, of course, are missing. I have a pair of seats from a 912, but I'm not sure they're going to fit in here. I think they might be the wrong size. But so I have some of the stuff that the car needs already, and I've done a lot of research to find the other parts that I need, and the prices are within a range that I can repair it, I think, and still have a much cheaper car than if I were to buy one that was complete. But you can see here, it still has the plastic lining in the trunk. You can see there's a good example of the floor. It's not rotted out, it's not patched. Most of these have patches all over them. There are no patches on the bottom of this car at all. There's no rust holes through the bottom at all that I can see. The listing had a lot of photos of the underside of the car. So like I said, I'll try to put some of those in this video. But so it just got dropped off just now. So this is my very first look at it. I haven't had a chance to get it up on jack stands yet and go completely under the underside. But I have been looking at the photos on it. You know, I've spent a lot of time looking at the photos for days now. So I'm pretty familiar with what it looks like underneath. But so yeah, this is it. It's obviously going to be a big project. I think actually ultimately it's not quite as big of a project as the Land Cruiser. Hopefully this one is going to be a little bit less involved, just because the body's in some ways in better shape than the one on the Land Cruiser was, because that thing was full of rust. But yeah, so this is going to be an interesting project. Obviously, the main damage is here and on the roof. You can get these parts. You can buy replacement fenders. You have to weld them on. They don't bolt on. I have found roofs locally, so we're going to see as this project progresses which way I go, whether, you know, how much of this car can be saved, like the doors, and how much of it needs to be cut off and replaced. But I definitely feel confident that I can get this thing back on the road, and I can have a driving 356 for, you know, the high side of my price range. So I'm excited about this one. I'll kind of let you guys see the interior a little bit. Yeah. So that's that. So it does have a lot of the original interior is still in here. The rear seats, the headliner actually is still in place. I will have to figure out the front seat issue, and it's missing the key, but it has the ignition, so that's good. I should be able to order a key for that or have one made. But a lot of it is here. And it's definitely, you know, what's missing, I can definitely, if I don't already have it, I can get it. So now I'll just kind of do a walk around the whole car so you can get a good look at it. It does have the original Solex carbs, which is nice, and I actually have an extra set of those carbs that I can use for parts. Surprisingly, a lot of the glass is still in the car. Both door windows are still there. The wing vent on the other side is broken out. Then this is broken, but the other rear window, the glass is still in that. So it's kind of surprising considering how badly the top is damaged. The wheels, I haven't checked yet to see the date stamp on them, so I'm not sure if they're going to be original to this car or not. Let's see. Oh, you know, I think it is. That says 664. That's what you would expect on a 65 car, would be a date stamp of sometime in 64 or 65. So I'll have to see if they're all matching or not. Yeah, that one says 664. So there's a good chance that the wheels are a match set and that they actually came on this car. But okay, so there it is. There's the newest project for the channel. Now, the timing of getting this car was not perfect because I have so much going on with the Land Cruiser and also the Model T and everything else. But you know, when something rare comes up, you buy it when it comes up, not when you're ready to buy it. And of course, I've wanted one of these forever. I can't just push it over in the corner and let it set for months while I finish up other projects and then get to it. So I'm definitely gonna have to get started on it right away. I will do a little bit of work I have planned on this soon in the next few videos, and then it will move out of the garage and I'll be finishing up other projects. So I'm not gonna put the other projects on hold for a long period of time, but it will cause some delays on the other projects. But you know, when the opportunity comes up to get something you've wanted for a long time, you got to kind of jump on it, and so that's what I did. But so, there you go. That's the new project. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing.